Hello, everybody. I'm Sean's Mapping or the Sultanate Empire, and in today's video, we will be starting back up. What if the Cold War never ended? Now, let's just do a real quick recap of all the things that have happened over the course of, well, basically what happened in the first couple episodes that I did of this series before I eventually stopped. We had the Vietnam War go on, the Southern Vietnamese still maintaining their support from the US, as the US did not do many bad things. And in this timeline, the Vietnam War was actually supported instead of being, unsupported. Here we also have the Myanmar Civil War, which has come to an end with multiple different factions existing here. Next, we have the Chinese, Pakistan versus India in the region of Kashmir, of course. We then also had multiple different kinds of wars down here in Africa. I almost said Southeast Asia. In Africa, as we can see, Angola is currently going through some stuff. And also South Sudan is still fighting for their independence, and then we also have the all of the other like civil wars slash wars that are going on right now. But that is not where our focus is going to be, as our focus is going to be right over here in the area where Iraq, Iran, and Turkey all meet, as the Kurdish are going to attempt yet again to break away from the uh, three countries that currently occupy their ethnic slash areas right over here. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. And alrighty, here we are with the Kurdish rebellions in Turkey, Iraq, and also Iran. We are first going to be looking at the Iraqi Kurdish rebellion, as they are the ones that are primarily, the main. They are the primary force here. Um, but we will be seeing them essentially begin their fight back against the Iraqi government, of course. So let's go ahead and look at the areas they're able to gain in the early parts of this war against the Iraqis. They're able to gain some quick land over, just right across the border as they do begin to push against the Iraqi government right over here. Now, we do see the Iraqis be able to hold off primarily in the south, but in the north it does not go as well, as the Kurds are able to basically just push the Iraqis back, completely taking the border with Turkey that Iraq has, and continuing their push southward all the way down like so, until eventually the Iraqis are able to stop the advancement of the Kurdish forces right over here. Now let us look at the Iran front right over here. The Iranis will be facing the same problem, as the Kurds will enter in through all of their territory, including the um, territory that the Iraqi Kurdish held, because I mean they are essentially just one force, just under different leadership because they're in separate countries. But eventually we will see all of this kind of go down just like this, just like so. Then we'll even see the Kurds kind of push up like this, taking all of this land right over here. They will push down like so, pushing the Iranians back because this was something Iran was not expecting to happen. They were preparing for some other operations, for some other things and some other reasons. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. We will also be seeing the Turkish ones be pushing. Now, this raises some alarm because the Kurdish resistance fighters are using American weaponry, which the only ones that should really be using American weaponry are the Turkish Kurdish rebellion, because of course Turkey would have some form of American weaponry since they are in NATO after all. And most NATO members did buy and purchase some some U.S. weaponry for their own uses and their own plans and whatnot. So we do end up seeing all three factions using American weaponry, which raises concern, especially within NATO, since Kurdish forces are using American weaponry, and this weaponry isn't outdated. It is fairly modern in terms of like the time period. Anyways, we are going to be moving away from there and going down to the South Sudan fight for independence as the South Sudanese begin to get support from Americans. And they do, in fact, push back the North Sudanese. They will be pushing back the North Sudanese fairly far, pretty much back all the way almost to the regular border that the Sudanese have with South Sudan. Again, they will almost be going that far back, but they're not going all the way back. But they're getting pushed back a fair bit. So for example, all of these areas down here will be getting liberated, and South Sudan will secure the corridor that Sudan has leading into them. So let us go ahead and look at all of the areas that will be getting liberated by South Sudan forces. Yo, sorry if I go quiet. That's probably because I'm yawning due to the fact that it's not that late, but I did have a party and Christmas stuff basically. And also, there will probably only be 3 videos that come out this month until January. Um, Probably the later part of January, around after January 10th, around that time frame. Um, will the videos will kind of return to normal, where a lot will get a fair amount will be posted a month. That is primarily again due to the holidays, and I hope all of you beautiful ladies and gentlemen are enjoying your holidays. I hope you are enjoying your Christmas Eve or Christmas. By the time this video comes out, it should be Christmas for most of you, especially if you're living in the States somewhere. It should be Christmas, so Merry Christmas to all of you. Um, but I would just like to say that it is most definitely going to probably take a while for me to get back into the regular upload schedule. So, I don't really have a regular upload schedule. It's more or less just upload whenever I upload, pretty much. But anyways, back to the primary point of this. we will, in fact, be seeing the South Sudanese again do fairly good at pushing back the North, and they will eventually reach right about here when the North is able to halt the South Sudanese advancements. Now, they will be taking pretty much this entire southern portion, and the North is debating whether or not they should call for peace with South Sudan. Like, the question's already being thrown up in the air whether or not the South and the North should go to peace, since this war is kind of just going back and forward, in all honesty. So we'll definitely have to look at that whole spiel right there. But that is all that we are going to be covering for South Sudan. Just those minor, well, major gains for South Sudan, major losses for North Sudan, as we are going to be looking at, well, something else. What else are we going to look at? Well, some things begin to happen in Germany, specifically West Germany. West Germany, well, let's just say, is going through some things. What kind of things, we're not too sure. You'll just have to wait and see in the next episode on what is truly happening in Germany. But we will not be staying in Europe, as we do have some other places to go to and attend to. But one of the things we will be talking about here in Europe is the fact that Yugoslavia is slowly but surely collapsing. There are multiple protests, riots, multiple rebel factions that have begun to slowly appear here in Yugoslavia. So that is something that is happening, and that is something that is going to be happening for a fairly long time. Now let us go over to this area where we will see the Indians being able to push back the Chinese and the Pakistanis. But in doing so, they will themselves be pushed out of um, Pakistan as they kind of move forces around. Again, these three countries are not at war with each other. This is more just like battling in this nice little region right here of Kashmir, which is something that happened quite often back in the past if you do not know your history. So, again, we will be seeing the Indians do very good at pushing back both the Chinese and the Pakistanis, but in doing so, as they redirected forces out of this region, or, well, from their northern invasion into Pakistan, and they redirected to push out the Chinese. And Pakistanis, the Pakistanis and the Chinese will, of course, push them out as well. Now, this will definitely be a shorter video, as the video will be coming to an end at this current moment in time. Because, again, like I said, I don't want to be recording a like 20-minute video and me constantly going silent like every 2 minutes because I'm yawning because I'm tired. So this will be one of my shorter videos. I hope you, ladies and gentlemen, did enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy the Cold War series coming back. And for those of you who have not seen my primary series, What If Civilization Started Over, I suggest you go check it out. It is a very interesting and good series. And it is currently on episode 30. Episode 31 will be coming out this month as one of the 3 videos that will be posted. So just keep updated on my channel and everything. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you didn't, it's fine. You can hit the dislike button. I really don't mind. if you want to be notified and updated whenever I upload a new video or make a new video or make a new post on my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell notification icon next to the subscribe button. I'm Sean's Mapping or the Sultanate Empire. I hope you beautiful ladies and gentlemen enjoy the rest of your day or night wherever you may be, wherever you may live. And I also hope that you beautiful ladies and gentlemen enjoy your Christmas Eve or your Christmas